What's up, guys? It's episode 383. Welcome back to the show.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Here's a quick story time for all my ladies out there that go to the gynecologist. The gynecologist. This is for all my ladies that get pap smears once a year. Woo! It is October. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but I was due. I was due to go to the gynecologist, and long story short, I had my first male gynecologist experience. Now, this is for all my ladies out there that are with a man, who have a man, who, I don't know if this happened to you when you met your first male gynecologist. I had a moment of realization where as I was being entered, I realized this is the first man besides Corey. Sorry, this is like a weird way to start the episode. I have a really great episode for you today, but like I had a moment of, I know it's like he's a doctor. I know this is what he does all day, but like I was desperate because I did not want to wait until like the end of December to get to my other gynecologist because she wasn't available for October or November. So I was like, F it, I'll just book the next available. And it happened to be, I just booked a male gynecologist. I was like, F it, you know? And anyways, yeah, I was so like, this is, I don't know how I felt about it. Like it was just kind of a whirlwind. I honestly think I was way too in my head about it because he was a man and I don't let any other men touch me like that or touch me at all besides my husband. Hi. I think we're 1 month away or 1 month since our wedding. Hi, I'm married. Hi, I have a husband. Hi, I'm a wife. Thank you. Anyways, so yeah, I was way too in my head about it, but there was a moment where he was like doing his thing where I noticed myself talking more. I was trying to like do the comedic relief thing as he's opening up the tongs, you know, and like he just the verbiage. It's like he's like asking me for permission to like open my labia. He's like, I'm sorry, like again, weird way to start the episode. But I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm like, what am I gonna say? Like, actually, no. Like, anyways, so yeah, I don't know if you've ever had that experience or if you go to a male gynecologist regularly. Like, is that who you have as your primary vagina checker? Cause like, yeah, I was just kind of, again, in my head about it, but it was just so, I was like, Corey, another man touched me today and I don't know how to tell you this, but it was kind of nice. No, I'm kidding. I remember in COVID, like, obviously it feels, oh my God, no, like I will not go down this rabbit hole. Like I was so single and so alone and I had nothing going on during COVID. And I remember when I had to get my checkup that year, the whole comedic relief thing always happens when I get a pap smear, right? And I told my doctor, I was like, this is the most action I've gotten all year. And thank you. Okay. So I do have a great show for you today. It's going to be educational. No, we are not going to talk about vaginas for the next hour and a half. We're going to talk about, guys, I finally figured out how to overcome my body dysmorphia. And we're going to learn about a legendary term that I did not know existed. A legendary fashion science I learned recently called Kibbie. We're going to learn about Kibbie today. Okay, I'll stop the sound effects. Kibbie. We're going to deep dive into Kibbie, Kibbie. I came across this amazing fashion theory, or what even is it? It's a fashion system on Reddit. And I will never dress myself the same ever again. Like this cured, again, the body dysmorphia thing, because I don't know if you can relate to this, but I cannot tell you how many times I leave the house and I'm like, I know I'm like healthy looking, right? Like I don't have like issues really with my body, but like the way the clothes are sitting just isn't right. And I don't know why, but now I know why. So we're going to learn all about Kibbie today. Kibbie. It's the last name of the guy who founded it, David Kibbe. Shout out David Kibbe. So we're going to talk about that. Obviously, I'm going to mention, or let's just have a moment of silence right now for Liam Payne. I feel like I'm being too funny about the fact that he literally, so I'm processing the whole Liam Payne death I'm shocked. I'm in shock. If you don't know this about me, I was a diehard, but also in the closet One Direction fan for years, right? Like I would leave family dinners when I was like 20. Like it would be like fucking Thanksgiving. And I'm like, sorry, gotta go. Can't watch the football game and like chill right now with the pumpkin pie with all you guys. I gotta go live stream this, Japanese concert because it's on a different time. So I don't even know. I would like live stream their concerts late at night. Like I would do the whole, like when the albums came out, I would do the live streaming with fucking, was it Tyler Oakley? Like I was that kind of girl. Like I was in so deep. And yeah, so we're going to talk about, I mean, what is there to talk about? I mean, it's just so insane. It's such a shock to the system. It's so sad. There's kind of a lot to it that has built up around Liam Payne, or like some stuff with his ex-fiance, writing a book about dating a pop star, and some of the things she said about him in the book were not so sweet. And I guess lawyers were getting involved, and it wasn't until recently, because people started kind of talking about this recently, and it wasn't until recently. I don't pay attention to Liam Payne. I don't really pay attention to One Direction at all anymore, really, or any of the guys. But it wasn't until recently where I was like, oh shit, like he's got like a drug and alcohol problem. He's been to rehab. Like I had no clue. And people are like talking about his Snapchat and how he's acting, strange on his Snapchat. He just looks really strung out. And anyways, it's just all very sad. It's sad for everyone involved. I think he had a girlfriend, but I'm just kind of like, it doesn't feel real. It's kind of like when Kobe died. I'm just like, it's one of those celebrities where you're just like, huh? Like One Direction was such a core part of it wasn't like I was in middle school. I wasn't one of those girls. The time that they were huge, I was literally in college, like, or I'm like the same age as all of them. I'm 30. Liam, he was 31. If you don't know who Liam Payne is, he was one of the guys in One Direction. I'm sure this is like, everyone knows. Come on. One Direction, the band, the boy band, X Factor UK. They blew up. They were the biggest boy band ever. And Liam was kind of the pillar, like the rock of them. I felt like he was kind of like the leader in the group, obviously I feel like Harry and Liam were that. And then the other guys are not as, I don't know. They didn't really have that, like, they didn't seem like they had that role like Liam and Harry did. But yeah, it's just fucking sad. I made Corey, I was like, last night we were literally like falling asleep to his songs. I'm like, fuck it. And in the craziest thing, not to make this about myself, but like, I just have to bring this up. The day before, so this was it's Tuesday. He died yesterday, October 16th. I guess they found his body. So he died from, I don't think the cause has, or like his body was found on the ground in Buenos Aires after, I guess he fell 3 stories. Jumped, we don't know. And then his hotel room. And I cannot believe the fucking pictures TMZ has posted about all this. But like, I looked at the pictures and there's like a broken TV. There's tinfoil just strung, like a slew of tinfoil everywhere. And like, God knows what's in it all over the hotel room. And it's just sad. It's just fucking sad. And he had like head trauma that obviously killed him instantly. So, but yeah, Liam Payne died. Can we move on from this? I don't like talking about, I'm not good at this. But yeah, he was the whole like One Direction era of my life was such a sweet time. And I just loved the internet of it all. I loved the culture, like the Twitter culture around One Direction at the time. And again, like I was a closet One Direction fan. Like no one would ever know that about me, but like I was stalking the boys all day, every day, watching every video that came out, like waiting for the music videos to drop, waiting for the albums to drop. Like I was just like in my bedroom, just like, you know, looking this shit up for years. Like, and the whole time they were big, like that's what I was doing. But yeah, I had no idea he was struggling like that. And his poor family, I think at the time it happened, like they were in the UK, you know, I don't know how they found out, but, fucking sad. Yeah, but what was I saying? Oh my God. Okay. Back to what I was saying on Tuesday. I was like listening to podcasts on Spotify, and then like randomly my Apple Music kept playing One Direction. Like the albums on my, because that's where all my One Direction albums were. They're on Apple Music, which is just like so random, but it kept playing, and it was so annoying because I was like, why does this keep playing? And I don't know. There's something sweet in my mind about that, and it matters to me because I don't know. Again, very sad. It doesn't feel real, and I'm still kind of in shock of it all. So, God, in the videos of him like with fans around that time, it's just like, look, he just did not look good. Okay, it's like, how do you transition away from tragic death to something light and all of the other fun topics I have for you? Like, I mean, the show must go on, obviously. And we're going to do it. So I got a robot. We now have an iRobot Roomba J9 Plus in our household. I guess that's how you do it. You just like talk about the next subject, and it's just so crazy. When someone dies, it's like, it's a huge news story. It's the biggest piece of news right now in pop culture and just like pretty much everywhere. And fuck. And then it's like next week, it's something else. It's someone else. And I don't know. It just freaks me out. Like, if you can't tell, like, I don't really do well with death. Like, I hate talking about it. I hate thinking about it. Anyways, we got a robot. Okay, guys, next topic. I took my own advice. Okay. I put my dream items on my oh my God, let me get a sip. We're drinking a sparkling water from Trader Joe's today. I put my dream items on my wedding registry, and my dreams came true. Okay. One of our friends got us the iRobot I can't even say it. Roomba J9 Plus, self-cleaning, it does mopping or self-refilling robot to clean our floors in our nasty dog-ridden home. And when I say that, I'm trying to think of my other favorite, like best ever purchase that I've ever made or best ever gadget I own is like, I'm trying to think of something that tops this. And like, this is unbeatable. Like, I swear to God, like it looks like every single day when we come home or I'm just around the house, I look down at the floors. I'm like, it looks like a maid has been here because it's noticeably cleaner every single day because it's constantly working. Like this bitch, we named her Ruby. Ruby is working. She's on call 24/7. Her shifts don't end. She's on the clock all day long until she runs out of batteries and recharge. Like she is always working. Our house has never been cleaner. And yeah, I cannot recommend putting your dream items on your registry enough because you just never know. You just never know. And I think it's kind of fun because when I saw they got us that, like, oh my God, like we saw them that day. Like I think the day they got it for us, like we were out at the bars watching the Chiefs with them or whatever. And I was just like, I just gave them the biggest hug. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Cause the thing is I'm all about efficiency, right? Like if I don't have to clean my floors and a robot can, like hell yeah. Right. Like I am a fat, lazy American at heart. Like I am a lazy pig or Jesus, I am, you know what I mean? Like mama's got to work. Okay. So if I can have robots to do my dishes, do my laundry and clean my floors. Oh my God, toilets. Like if they could do it all, I'm down. Right. And I know that like, what was it? I don't know what the rollout was, but the robots, the Elon Musk robot showcase came out, or was that was a few days ago. And like, yeah, I'm going to be like first in line. Like as soon as we can get those, and I don't care. Like I at this point, I'm like, I can't wait. I'm down for it. I'm so down for it. Yes, it scares me, but I'm down for it. And I think it'd be so cool to like not have to clean my house. Like if I could just, if it, you know, so one thing, a relationship tip, if you're looking for one, I don't know if you're in a relationship, but if you live with your partner, I think one of the best things you can do is have a maid come like just once a month at least, like have a monthly deep clean, and that will help eliminate like, it helps so much because between the two of you, you can do the daily upkeep, you know, and then having that deep clean by someone else once a month is just really nice because you're not like, I don't know. It just makes such a huge, huge difference. And it just kind of alleviates the stress of having to like, I don't know. It's like the fucking baseboards, you know, it's the stuff you don't see that they do a really good job at. And I just think that's a really nice thing to have if you can. So we got a robot. We're doing a lot of like house renovation stuff now that the wedding's over. So we're redoing our TV room. We're redoing our bedroom. We're redoing our bar. We looked at tile the other day. It's like the wedding's over and it's like, we're just like back to the house. Right. So we have a lot of fun like house projects we're working on right now. And the thing I like about, or something that's really nice is that we don't butt heads over anything. Like he has the same taste as I do. And it's so funny because we put a chandelier, like a flush mount, sparkly chandelier in our TV room. And it's very glam. It's very Hollywood. It's very like sparkly. And it's so funny because Corey's like, hey, send me ideas for like because we had an old ugly fan in there, like a white fan. We never used the fan. The fan didn't work. It was just an eyesore, right? And we're trying to watch TV and it's like, you can see it, right? So we wanted to get a new light for the ceiling. And he's like, hey, send me ideas or like send me options. And so in my head, I'm like, I feel like this room's pretty flat. Like we could use a little more like pizzazz in here, right? And in my head, I'm thinking like chandelier, like flush mount. That means it doesn't like hang down very far. It's just like sealed to the ceiling, right? And in my head, I'm thinking that, but I'm also thinking like Corey probably won't like this because it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like kind of girly. Like it's just like what, I don't know. It seemed like not his taste or his style. So I was sending him like just very basic, like white, black, just maybe there's like a lampshade, very simple. It'll look nice. You know, it'll be on the ceiling. You won't really notice it. I was sending him those kinds of lights. And long story short, he buys one at Home Depot that's very basic. It had like a black rim around it and just, there was no detail. It was just very simple. And I don't know. I'm like, the next day he gives me a call at work and he's like, hey, I think we should do a chandelier. I think we should do something more like unique and cool for the TV room. And I'm like, yes. Like, I told him, I was like, that's so funny you say that. Cause I totally was like, I did not think you would be into that. And then long story short, he was into it. We got a chandelier that ended up being discontinued. It came with the worst directions, like the assembly directions of all time. Like 50 times worse than IKEA instructions. Okay. The poor electrician, like we had a guy help set up. We got like surround sound back here. We got these other lights and I do have a story about that. Something I did that I'm very like, I love tooting my own horn on my show. Like if you didn't know, but I did something that I'm like so happy I like push back on or whatever. But the poor electrician, like I was helping him and I'm like, we're just going to have to like be artists right now and like imagine this chandelier in our minds with all the little parts. I mean, there's a million little crystally things that dangle and we figured it out, but it was a job. Like it took us like 6 hours to figure out and it's up, but also it's missing parts. So they discontinued it. It's missing parts. The whole back half of it isn't sparkly because there's nothing there. And so I'm trying to figure out like how I can order chandelier parts now and like finish it off. But anyways, we had these, we ordered these lights to go beside our TV. We're trying to make this like a fun, like theater vibe, right? Like we have a front living room and we have this back TV room, and we hang out here all the time, and we want to make it vibey and cool, kind of like a theater. So I got these really cool, like, sconces, right? And anyways, so what I did, and ladies, like, I feel like, I don't know if this is like a woman thing or just whatever. Like when anyone you hire tells you no, they can't do something, just push back. Just push back. Like act like, I always say things like, hey, you know, I dumb myself down because I don't want to make them feel bad because like they're the professional. But long story short, like he said we couldn't put these sconces next to our TV, which is okay. And I'll tell you my thought behind that, because it's an exterior wall or something, or like there's a fireproof thing there that you can't like get through, and he'd have to come from the ceiling, and then he'd have to cut all these holes in our wall, and it would be super difficult. So he ended up suggesting we put them on the side walls, not the wall where the TV is. So, holy shit. I was like, the same guy mounted our 85-inch TV, okay, like 6 months ago when we moved in. So I was like, and I'm like dumb. I'm like, so wait, like, okay, like I know, like I'm not, this is just my little like pea brain. Like I say, you just have to, because I'm not bossy like that. I'm not like, do this, do that. Like, I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm very like nice about it. But I was like, so what about the TV? Like, how did you get the electricity up on this wall for the TV? And he's like, oh, I didn't think of that. Actually, I went underneath and then I went up. And I was like, I wonder if you can do that literally a foot over from the TV. And he's like, oh, I never thought of that. And so then he's like tapping on the wall, finding the studs. And he's like, okay, thank you for mentioning that. Like, I think that's actually a better idea. Thank you. Like, so it all worked out. They look great. It's very cool in here now. And anyway, so we're doing a lot of house renovation stuff. Not really renovations, like decor stuff. I'm baking a lot. It's fall. I got all the pumpkin spice stuff at Trader Joe's as usual. I love Trader Joe's in the fall. So I've been, just kicking back, baking a lot. We've got some trips coming up. Corey called me at work the other day and he's like, do you want to go to Disney during Christmas time? And I'm like, excuse me. Like, yes. And like, that is, I don't know. He just says the right things at the right time. Like that, of course, like how magical would that be? Right. So I think we're going to do a Disney Christmas trip, and then we're going to go to Cabo in December. I'm hosting Thanksgiving this year at our new house, which is really exciting. It's going to be small, like nothing crazy, but so yeah. The holidays are upon us. And speaking of Disney, like now that we've got this place, I want to deck out like all of the Christmas decor kind of with a Disney theme, because I grew up with some Disney Christmas items, decorations, and there's something about it. Like, I don't want to be full on Disney here, but like I want a lot of it because it makes me happy. Like, no, I am not a Disney adult, but like for Christmas and for Christmas decor, you cannot go wrong with like a Mickey Mouse, Santa hat situation everywhere you look, like, and the Plutos and the just I'm trying to think of a specific thing. We grew up with this ski lift that wrapped around our Christmas tree with Mickey Mouse or with Disney characters that would like go up and then slide down. And I want to find that. I don't know how I'm going to find it. I don't know if they still make them, but like as a kid, that lit me up because I just watched them go up the chairlift and then go around the tree. Christmas is already magical in itself. So you combine that with the magic of Disney and it's a perfect combo. So like that's, oh my God. Okay. What else is going on? I have not healed my perioral dermatitis on my face. I talked about this on my last episode, but my friend texted me and she's like, hey, I noticed in one of your videos, you have acrylic nails. Or she texts me, she's like, do you get your nails done? Do you get acrylics and gel? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, did you know that potentially acrylic nails can, for no reason, of course, there's no, like, they don't know why you get perioral dermatitis. It's like this rash around your mouth, specifically like upper lip, side of the mouth, and then like around the chin. They like don't know why people get it. It's so annoying and it doesn't go away. And it's like it's a journey to like fix it, right? And to get rid of it. So anyways, she's like, I read this thing that said that acrylic nails, for no reason, because of course there's no reason, potentially cause people out of nowhere to get perioral dermatitis. So speaking of acrylic nails, I don't like getting my nails done because it's just the time thing, right? Like I don't enjoy sitting there. I love how they look, but I just don't enjoy the process of having to get them filled every 2 weeks, and my nails grow pretty fast. So it's always a thing, but I lasted 2 days with my last set. So until one broke, right? And I'm at the dog park and I'm throwing Louis a ball. He brings it back, but like, of course he doesn't drop it. So I'm like trying to pull it out of his mouth. And of course my nail popped off. So it bled everywhere. It was a disaster. It hurt so bad. And then like the next day I chipped my thumb. So I have a really bad track record with acrylic nails, which is so annoying because they're fun. Like they look great. Like when I'm doing my TikToks, my most viral video on my TikTok, my engagement ring one, I'm like tapping my acrylic nails. And I feel like people love that visual on TikTok. It's a very nice thing as a lady to have, like when you're making a little video. It's a whole like tapping thing people do that I'm not even fighting it anymore. I'm like, look, this gets people's attention, so I'm going to do it. Right. I was like tapping. So perioral dermatitis journey is continuing. What other things are happening in my life? I don't know. That's really it. Let's get into the Kibbie thing. Okay. Because like, this is such a cool thing to me. And I think it's my latest, like, I mean, I've been nerding out to this for a good 2 weeks now. I go to bed every night and I've been reading a lot more recently, but I've also been on Reddit just reading all of these forums about Kibbie, and I'm obsessed with it. Like, it makes so much sense to me. And it truly, like, I feel like if you have body dysmorphia, and if you're one of those people who's like, every time I get dressed and leave the house, something just feels off about my outfit and I don't know why, Kibbie, like figure out your Kibbie archetype or your type or whatever, because you will never dress the same again and you'll always look good if you know what silhouettes and what fabrics and what styles like look best on you. So I'm pretty sure I'll go through it. I'm going to do a lot of reading. So this is what I mentioned last week. I said, education, right? We're going to learn and we're going to grow together. If there's something I'm interested in, I will sit here. This will become an audiobook. It's a certain, this is now, there will be a point on the remaining episodes of the Jacqueline Monroe show where I will be reading a lot, because I want to take this moment I have with myself on my show to learn something in depth, because that's something that I don't take a lot of time to do. So I do a lot of surface skimming of things, and I see this article and I see this headline, right? It's like it's a thing, right? Like we all do this now. And I want to get deeper. I want to get deeper and I want to learn more, and I want to be more focused about what I'm learning. So I had this resurgence. I'm not a fashion girly per se, but like when I was doing getting all of my bridal looks together for it was like 2 months before my wedding, it kind of revived this side of me that I haven't really tapped into in a long time. The like fashion side of me where I was I really like enjoyed that. Right. So now with learning about Kibbie and learning about my type, which I think I'm a soft dramatic. It's called, like, there's so many terms for the different archetypes, but like, I'm pretty sure I'm a soft dramatic, and I'll explain what that means. But, yeah, this has been a really fun thing that I stumbled upon. And, I feel like COVID especially like upended my fashion and my style. And it kind of, I feel like it happened to all of us, right? Like we're at home more, we're in loungewear, we're working remote. We don't have to change and like get ready and look good every single day, because like we're not going out of the house as much. And that totally backfired on me because I kind of leaned into it and I kind of was just like, cause I'm a sensory bitch. Like I don't like to be in my home if I'm not comfy, right? Like who does? As soon as I get home, if I'm wearing a pair of jeans, I'm putting on sweatpants. I'm putting on I like flowy dresses and stuff at the house. Like I just don't like tight, clingy things on my body, stiff fabrics. So I think, yeah, when you're at home a lot, it's just easy to fall into that like slob trap where you're just in lounge wear all the time, which if you're going to do that, I think another tip is to, or something that I've been working on is, okay, if I'm going to wear loungewear, like buy the good stuff and like get the cute sets and don't just, cause I have so many like Adam Sandler like looks at hand at all times, like between what if you live with a man, it's like, how great is it to have those double XL hoodies everywhere all the time and those like big shorts and just like the comfies that I always wear his big t-shirts too. It's like so nice, but I don't know. I think it's not good for the psyche over time. And especially if you're not doing your hair and makeup like at home, then you're dressing like Adam Sandler. And then it's just like over time, I don't think that's good. I kind of cracked. I was kind of like, I'm better than this. Like, I kind of want to like revamp everything. So I think, yeah, the COVID situation totally messed with my style choices, or it just caused me to not care as much. And then, also just the nature of the fashion cycle now and how quickly it moves has been really confusing. And, the thing I love about Kibbie and the thing that I'm like, yes about is a lot of the soft dramatic outfits or silhouettes and fabrics and all the things that are recommended for my body type are super classic, timeless, like exactly what I like to wear. And they're nothing about, and I think this goes across the board for all Kibbie archetypes. Like it totally negates, I'm no longer looking at trends, if that makes sense. Like I'm looking for silhouettes. I'm looking for fabrics. I'm looking for colors and prints that will look best on me. So if a trend has if there's like a top that's super trendy that is a silhouette that agrees with my body type, then like awesome. But like, if not, then I don't even take it into consideration. So it eliminates a lot of the thinking when it comes to getting dressed, which I love because again, efficiency, time, like it's great. And so, yeah, I'm kind of doing the whole, I've done the capsule wardrobe thing. I don't know, like it's not, I have good basics, right? But, I'm trying to get more fun with it. Cause like the thing about the capsule wardrobe, if it depends on your archetype, and we'll get into this, we will be reading quickly or shortly here. The thing about the capsule wardrobe is that when I've done it, it's a lot of like t-shirts and jeans, right? It's a lot of basics. And what I learned from this Kibbie stuff is that shit doesn't really look good on me. Like it doesn't. Like there are like, I'm learning a lot. Like that's what it is just so amazing how I'm like, wait, all of these like capsule like recommendations, they're like, you need this top and these types of jeans and this kind of jacket. You need a blazer and you need boxy tee and you need da-da-da. I'm like, oh my God. Like guys, I'm literally not wearing blazers. Who is she? Like like crew necks, bye. Like that's the level this shit goes to. Like it is so interesting how just where like fabric hits your neckline, just the slightest difference between like a turtleneck or a mock neck or colors like affect. Okay. This is like, is this OCD is this like, okay, what is this? Fashion, there's like a science to it, right? Like it's not just, okay. I also have another statement to make, like wear whatever you want, wear whatever makes you feel good. Okay. But if you want to like get dressed and like get compliments, people are like, holy shit, she looks amazing. Every time I see her, oh my God, she's always so put together. Like listen to this next segment because I'm telling you, like the first time I attempted this, I went out, we met up with Corey's friends from Charlotte. They were in town and we hung out with them all day. And literally the first soft dramatic Kibbie approved outfit I put on my body, I go up to the bartender or the hostess to like get us in. And she's like, oh my God, you look amazing. Your outfit is so great. And it's like literally because I was in something that worked on my body. Right. So, oh my God, I love this shit. And again, I think I'm so happy that I found this because you might think like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, oh, whenever, you know, I see you or like whenever like your pictures or whatever, the outfits you're wearing always look great. Like, I get it, but it's how I feel in my clothes. And I think that's the most important part. Like you want to feel great when you get dressed. And I think, yeah, clothes are everything. Like they set the tone. They give the first impression, right? And I'm, for the first time as an adult woman, I am really taking it seriously because it's so fun. Like once you figure out your body type and your archetype, your Kibbie archetype, like you'll never get dressed the same way again. It's so fun. So something else I love about Kibbie and that's kind of fun about it is that it meets you where you're at. Whatever size, whatever shape, like there are recommendations clothing wise that will always look great on you. So in my case with being a soft dramatic, and I'm typing myself, like I'm like 90% sure that I'm a soft dramatic, but it's all about like the curve. Like you can probably relate to this as a woman, like, you know, it's like our life goal is to be small, right? To be tiny, to be fit, teeny, tiny, skinny, you know, right? But like sometimes depending on your body type, like that's like working against you. And so now I'm like, wait a minute, like if like the curves are good, like obviously like, I mean, it's duh, like there's nothing wrong with being curvy, but I'm now like embracing it. I'm like, wait a minute, like I really don't have to change shit. I just have to dress better. Like I don't have to, you know what I mean? Like I don't need to get tinier and skinnier and littler because that's not going to, you know what I mean? Because it's not going to look good on my bone structure, my body type. So that's kind of fun. And then also I don't know if you can relate to this, but I've always been the kind of person that's like, I can pull anything off. I can wear anything, right? Like I feel like it's about how I carry myself and bitch, no. Like yes and no. I mean, there's truth in that. And I think, look, as much as love it or hate it, the body is the outfit, right? The body. Like when you see someone, you're like, damn, they look so good. It's probably because they're in shape, their body's rocking. Like for the most part, like that's doing most of the work. Okay. The body, right? But, and in my case, yes, like I can get away with wearing whatever I want. And I say that because it's all about my confidence and how I carry myself when I walk into a room. But I'm telling you, there are a lot of outfits where it's just not happening. It's just not happening. Okay. I can't say that anymore. And now I know why. So Kibbie, let's get into it. We're going to read the introduction here to the Kibbie body types. I'm going to pull my Chrome down lower so I don't look up the whole time. Stay with me. How are you doing? How is your fall going? How are your teams doing? Most importantly, the Padres are out, unfortunately. I did go to that last Dodgers game here in San Diego when they won, which was amazing. But they're kind of killing it right now with the Mets. So yeah, like hope your teams are doing well. Let's not talk about the Seahawks. They need like, what are we 2-3 or 3-3 now? I don't know. I'm just not feeling Gino. I'm not feeling the new coach. I know it's going to take a while to like build that camaraderie or whatever. And like, whenever there's a new coach, I don't know, like it changes. It's just so weird. Pete Carroll was amazing. And I'm still like, I just, it's hard to watch. I don't know. So yeah. 49ers are, it's crazy. I can't say that out loud as a Seahawks fan, but like, I'm like low key a 49ers, high key. Actually, I don't know. I love the 49ers. I just like their team. I like all the wives of all the players. Like I love you know, like they're so stacked. I love I think they do it for me. And now that I've lived in California for 6 years, like I kind of said this last year, I'm like, I need to find a California team to root for. So anyways, all right, here we go. Let's take a seat. I hope you're comfortable. This is now an audiobook. Let me take a sip of my coffee. You're probably like, this is I don't know, like such a random, because like last week I was like, I want to educate myself on important topics and things going on in the world, and the election and what's going on in the Middle East. And like, I was kind of alluding to that. And like, here I am talking about fashion and Kibbie, like what the fuck? But guys, this podcast is for the girls. I want to keep it fun and light. And like, I want to educate the girls on the things that girls deal with every single day. And getting dressed is very like on the list of to-do items every day, like getting dressed and looking good is top, right? So here is an introduction to the Kibbie body types. I'm reading this off of theconceptwardrobe.com. And oh my God, my index fingers are sweaty from wearing my sweater. So I can't really scroll that easily. I guess, can I just tab down with there we go. I'll just tab down with my arrows. All right. The Kibbie body types. Here we go. The Kibbie body types are an array of 13 style types based on physical characteristics and personality essence. So the thing that I didn't know about Kibbie, the thing that I was like, damn, there's like levels to this shit, is not only is it like your fucking hand size matters. Okay. Where like the thickness of your like shoulder fat, like there's not only that type of information on it, or like that not only is that a factor, it's like your personality, your aura, what you give, like your vibe. This has to do with how you look, but also what your vibe is. And it's like, it's kind of confusing if that makes, like it's, yeah. So the system was introduced by David Kibbe during the 1980s. Unlike the traditional fruit body shape theory, which focuses on achieving balance and symmetry, Kibbie's archetypes are more in line with style essences theory. The fruit thing is like pear-shaped, apple-shaped, corn-shaped. Is corn a fruit? Like tomato, like what shape would I be? I don't know. Yeah. So these theories aim at creating an overall harmonious style image of a person rather than focusing on styling individual body parts. So here's an overview of the Kibbie body type system. Again, this is an 80s thing. So this really shook shit up. When David Kibbe came out with this in the 80s, the fashion world like changed forever. So in 1987, David Kibbe, an image professional based in New York City, published a book called Metamorphosis, a personal image and style book for women. In this book, Kibbe introduced a style type theory known today as the Kibbie archetype system. Okay, if you want a copy of the book, blah, blah, blah. So it's called Metamorphosis. Okay. So the Kibbie body types are a total image system based largely on a person's balance of yin and yang, feminine and masculine. I really try to remember this. So yin, if you have a lot of yin, you have a lot of feminine energy. Yin is feminine. Yang is masculine. I don't know how I'm going to remember that. Yin, female, yang, masculine. Yang, yin. Yin is like cute, like yin, feminine, yin, masculine, yang. Yeah, yin, I can remember that because feminine, yin. Yin is feminine. Yang sounds like yang, like masculine. Okay, so it's based on your combination of yin and yang. So you might have 50% yin, 50% yang. You might be mostly yin and a little yang, okay? Like, I feel like my yang are my big hands and my big feet, my big fucking mouth. So that makes me a little yang, but my vibe might be, I feel like, is a lot more yin. My curvature is a lot more yin. Okay. So There are 13 different body types, each falling somewhere along two axes, yin, yang, and contrast / blended. Oh my God, now there's contrast or blended. Am I just going to repeat like each sentence and rephrase it in my own style? So we're on the spectrum. You guys, this is my first go around, or this is my first stab at being teacher Jacqueline on the Jacqueline Monroe show, like doing this type of episode. So let's just keep having fun. Where on the spectrum a person lands depends on their physical characteristics and personality essence, and will determine their Kibbie body type or Kibbie image identity type. Each Kibbie okay, I will not get like this. I cannot get through this without interjecting every 2 seconds. But like, look, we're in such a fucking superficial image-based fucking Instagram filter perfection fucking society. Okay. Like, I get it. Of course I'm interested in this. Of course I give a fuck, because I'm all like, look where I live. I live online. Like, I'm always on camera. I'm always taking pictures. I'm all about that life. So like, this matters to me because of that. But like, this also, like, in the grand scheme of life and what matters, like, this is a bunch of bullshit. But I think you can't deny that first impressions are everything, and your clothes do a lot of the speaking for you. So I would take this very seriously, as I am. So, but I just want to say, like, I get it, you know? Each Kibbie body type comes with guidelines covering all elements of personal appearance, including clothing, hair, and makeup. The aim is to achieve a complete harmonious look. Okay, here's a note. The Kibbie body types are not body types per se. In Kibbie's book, the body types are referred to as archetypes or image identity types. These are comprehensive style guides based on a person's overall appearance and have very little to do with traditional body types, apple, pear, etc. On the internet, Kibbie's archetype system has incorrectly become known as the Kibbie body type system, which is why I will use archetype and body type interchangeably in this article. All right, how the Kibbie body types compare to other body type theories. For David Kibbe, traditional style theories don't go far enough and are, in his view, extremely limiting. Their focus is on achieving balance and symmetry. Kibbie rejects these theories because he believes they lead to everyone looking the same. Instead, he encourages seeking true balance by embracing and emphasizing one's natural appearance. That's what I was alluding to earlier about, like, it meets you where you're fucking at. You don't have to change. You don't have to follow the trends, right? Additionally, Kibbie suggests taking a holistic approach to appearance instead of following random fashion trends. Sorry, I mean, like, yes. Rather than achieving symmetry, Kibbie's focus is on achieving harmony. By recreating your natural, unique yin-yang, yin feminine, yang masculine, yang, yin feminine. I'm just trying to remember this. Again, we're learning and growing together. And so, like, this is how I remember things. So we're going to, like, do my way of, should I make note cards as I do this? No. By recreating your natural, unique yin-yang balance in your clothing, your clothes will look very natural on you, as opposed to trying to live up to a certain style type. Kibbie argues the need to follow your natural lines. So something I learned is that I have a lot of vertical line, which is why I feel like if people were to see me in person, they're like, oh, you're a lot shorter than I thought you were, you know? The main benefit that Kibbie's theory has over more traditional body type theories is that that it is body positive. Awesome. It shows how drastically changing elements of your body, example, through plastic surgery, will not improve it, but distort the native lines of your body. Now, I disagree with that because in my case, plastic surgery was the best decision I ever fucking made. Okay. Well, like it made it, okay. Different conversation for a different time. I feel like it balanced me out, if that makes sense, which I think if I did not do what I did, I would have a lot more yang going on, a lot more masculine. Okay. Which there are archetypes that I would fall under in that case. But in my opinion, I want to be more yin. So, or like, that's what I identify more with as a woman. Like, I want to be more of that feminine look. So I did what I did. And I think there's like nuance to this. Obviously, it's not just like, but yes, accept who you are and what you look like. And there's a Kibbie body type to support that. So imagine a very lean, long body that has been Imagine a very lean, long body that has been significantly enhanced at the bust line. Speaking of tits, or a very angular face on which the lips have been treated with filler to make them look full and round. These corrections would look very unnatural because they are not native to the rest of the body lines. Quite the opposite effect of what the procedures were supposed to achieve. Now, I agree with this. If you take like the Victoria's Secret show was a couple of days ago. Like, obviously, if fucking Candace Swanepoel got 600 cc's up top and a BBL, like, that's so pointless. Like, she doesn't need that. Like, it would go against her natural harmony of what her bone structure gives. Like, that's basically what this is saying. But if you're a shorter queen and you're not a fucking runway model, like, I'm all for, like I said earlier, some of those enhancements can actually do you a favor, you know, and I'm very pro that. So again, there's, you know, I'm just going to push back a little here on David and his theories, but that does make sense to me, especially like super lean people that, go crazy with the tits. Like, you look like an AirPod, you know, like, it doesn't work. Okay. Kibbie's archetypes are very similar to another holistic style theory, style essences. Like the Kibbie's body type styles, style essences are complete images and include recommendations on lines, silhouettes, fabrics, patterns, and colors. Style essences were first introduced in the 1930s and 1940s by two professors of textile. Louie's barking. Can you guys hear that? You probably can. Poor baby. He probably wants to go to the park. I know I have mom guilt because I'm podcasting and the boys haven't gone to the park today. Okay. Kibbie's archetype systems are Kibbie's archetype system is very similar to these style essences, but differs in the number of essences. Okay, we're getting a little wordy here. For instance, let's get some like examples. For instance, style essence theory covers 7 pure essences. Kibbie only uses 5 of those. Okay. Math. Okay. Additionally, style essence theory allows for the mixing of all essences with each other. In Kibbie's theory, not all essences get combined to a unique archetype. Kibbie's body types are therefore more limited. Interesting. Okay, I've got a Subway ad to scroll through here. Okay, don't care. Isn't it crazy? Subway's like the biggest fast food chain. There's like more Subways than McDonald's, which whenever someone asks me that pop quiz question, I'm like, I always say Subway because I know that, but like it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, Article 2, underlying principles. Before we dive into the 13 body types, we need to understand their underlying principles. Without this understanding, there's a very high chance of getting your type wrong. Okay, so we really got to pay attention. Yin and Yang. Yin, repeat after me. Feminine. Yin. Yang. Masculine. Yang. Masculine. Okay, so we're going to go through Yin and Yang. Okay, AC needs to go on, but I'm not going to get up. Okay. I'm wearing this Kibbie approved sweater and it's getting hot in here, okay? It's getting real hot. And I'm sitting on a fuzzy, you guys can't see it, but I'm sitting on a white shag, like Sherpa thing on my chair. Okay. Should I powder? Hold on. It's my show. We're doing this real time. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to look shiny when I look at these TikTok clips later. Follow my TikTok at Jacqueline Monroe. I didn't do any of my plugs, but that always happens. Whatever. We'll do them at the end. The principle of yin and yang is that everything exists in inseparable and contradictory opposites. What the fuck? For instance, female, male, dark, light, old, young. Yin is considered feminine energy and yang is masculine energy. So the thing I love about the fact that I'm doing this right now is that I've been like scrolling Reddit. I've been reading about Kibbie, and I'm like, I'm not absorbing this information. Like, I'm really not, like the yin and yang thing, especially, like I keep seeing it, but I keep like getting confused by it. So like the fact that I'm teaching you this right now, and I'm also like repeating this yin yang thing over and over again is really hitting it home. Like, this is what I wanted to do with my show. Like, I actually wanted to learn stuff and remember it. So, okay. Maybe I'll make this like, I'll call these episodes something like Teacher Jacqueline. I don't know. Fucking, who's the teacher that teaches the kids this shit? Like Teacher Miss something on YouTube. I don't know. However, this is not to be confused with femininity and masculinity per se. A strong yang influenced body does not mean you look like a man. A strongly yang influenced body does not mean you look like a man. Understanding the terms themselves and how they apply to physical features is critical to understanding how they apply to clothing, accessories, makeup, and hair. Interesting. So translated into body types, yin and yang manifests as yin, feminine, yin, feminine, curved lines. Where my curvy bitch is at. This is you. Yin is you. Curved lines, round edges, flowing silhouettes, smooth silhouettes, elongated outlines, geometric shapes, rectangles. Oh, wait, no, that's masculine. Shut the fuck up. Wait a minute. Flowing silhouettes, hourglass figures, fitted waists, round shapes, swirls, curves, and circles. So yin is very curvaceous, okay? Yin is the feminine, like womanly vibe, okay? Yang, let's go to the man. Masculine vibe. Strong vertical lines. Sharp edges. Stiff, smooth silhouettes. Elongated outlines. Geometric shapes. Rectangles, triangles. So it's very angular, okay? And if you think of a woman's body, I think, you know, this applies to men too. Like, I recently learned that Matthew McConaughey is a soft dramatic, which I'm like, does he really have an ass like that? Because I'm thinking like the curve, right? Like the soft dramatic curve. I don't think I've ever noticed Matthew McConaughey's ass. Like, where is his soft dramatic curve coming from? Is it his, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like the best way to think about this is through the perspective of like typical shapes and vibes of a woman's body. So like the masculine energy yang thing would be like a supermodel, a really like squared up shoulders, really like angular jawlines, and like, but their bone structure's very angular. Like Bella Hadid, right? Like I feel like she's very yang, but she's also like feminine. You know what I mean? Like she has a feminine vibe, but a lot of her is yang, masculine, but you know what I mean? So while the main characteristic of yin is softness and roundness, this can be expressed through both youthfulness and sexuality. Fuck yeah, we're going to sex it up now. I love this topic. Hence guys, can I say something that's like a TMI or like, no. No. We already started the episode off with a little, fuck. You guys, like, this is what you want to tune in for. Fuck it. You know, here's where I'm like, wait a minute. Some things don't need to be said online. Like some thoughts are inside thoughts. Some thoughts don't need to go on. Never mind. Just never mind. Okay. While the main character, but I feel like it's really relatable. So I'm like, maybe I should say it. No, I'll shut my mouth. We're back to Kibbie. Okay. So this can be expressed through both. So while the main characteristic of yin is softness and roundness, this can be expressed through both youthfulness and sexuality. Hence, we can discern two types of yin. So now within the feminine yin thing, there are two types. Okay. Petite yin is characterized by small hands and feet, small noses, and delicate bone structures. Features that are lush yin are large eyes, full lips, and hourglass silhouettes. Yang, on the other hand, manifests as angularity and sharpness. While yin has plenty of organic shapes and curved lines, yang is all about the angles and geometric shapes. Again, there are different types of yang. So speaking of the geometric shapes, I own a jean skirt that has, it's like, what kind of geometric shape is that? Like herringbone? Like, I don't fucking know. It's like black and white. It's really loud. It's a mini skirt. It's a stiff mini skirt. And in my head, I'm like, oh, it's cute, right? But because I have the curve going on, when I wear these geometric, like stark prints, especially in the middle of my body, like a skirt, it breaks me up and it doesn't look good. So I should opt for more flowy fabrics, more bold prints that are like less contrast, if that makes sense. And like the colors need to be more blended, back to the contrast and the blended thing that was mentioned earlier. Like blended prints look better on me than super high contrast prints. So, blah, blah, blah. Where are we? Sharp yang. Okay. Yang, on the other hand, manifests as angularity and sharpness, while yin has plenty of organic shapes and curved lines. We read this. Yang is all about the angles and geometric shapes. Again, there are different types of yang, different types of masculine, yang, masculine, yin, feminine. Sharp yang is seen in vertical lines, narrowness, pointed edges, long and lean bodies, and prominent jawlines. Soft yang. What in the fuck? We got an ad. We got a Nike. Is this a Nike ad? Is this? Soft yang refers to horizontal lines, broadness, blunt edges, square silhouettes, and a tendency towards masculinity and wider noses. In the picture above, you can see how the principle of yin and yang takes shape in the archetypes. And this is key to determining the Kibbie archetypes. We need to understand the lines that are native to yin and yang. So I'll explain these pictures. We're looking at Marilyn Monroe and we're looking at Keira Knightley. Okay. These are perfect examples. I love these. So obviously Marilyn Monroe, Miss Queen of the curvature, famous for the curvature, is yin, where Miss Keira Knightley is like the queen of that fucking jaw bit. Like she has her bone structure, her face, those angles are so like, she's fucking beautiful, but like there's so much more angularity to it. Just everything about her face and her body is sharper, where Marilyn's got more of a softer, rounder face, and like a softer, rounder body. So, and again, I love this because like, as a woman, like, it's like, fuck yeah, like you can, not that I didn't know you can look great and be a curvaceous bee, but like, I have the psyche as a woman where I'm like, it's all about being tiny and small and dainty and like, that's just like built in. Like I can't help it, but like I always default to that, where not anymore. Okay. What did I say last episode? It's fat bitch fall. Okay. You guys, I need to like, did I finish my coffee? I'm not even like wound up actually on caffeine. I'm just on one today. All right. Yin is defined by roundness and curves. And this is perfectly demonstrated by Marilyn Monroe on the left. Her body type is round and curvy, and there are no sharp edges or angles. She has an hourglass figure, a full round bust line, and rounded hips. Even her shoulders are rounded. Wow. Her body is also very soft and fleshy. So that's a term I'm learning a lot with Kibbie. Like fleshy is a nice way of saying there's body fat going on. Okay. There's like some thickness there. So fleshy, just imagine like, you know, there's some, you grab that underarm area and it's like, you can grab it, you know, it's not like rice. It's not like tissue paper. There's fucking fat there and it's beautiful. So if we look at her face, we can see more roundness. She has round eyes, a rounded nose, and full round lips. Her jawline and cheekbones appear soft and round. They are covered by lots of flesh, giving her a soft appearance. Marilyn is an example of lush yin. Now let's compare her to Keira Knightley on the right. Remember, yang is defined by angles and sharpness. You guys, I feel like this is kind of going to repeat what I already said about the two of them. So Keira's figure is long and straight with no waist emphasis. Her body flesh is very taut. Taut is another word for skinny and lean and tight. Okay, taut is like skinny Pilates bitch, and fleshy is like what exercise? I don't know. Like you're fucking, what do they call them now in the weight room? You're something muscle mommy. I don't know. Like more curve. So similarly, her face is constructed of angles. Her eyes are straight. Her cheekbones are prominent. Her nose is sharp. Her lips, blah, blah. She's thin. She's tight. She's got a lot of angles. She has a lot of angles going on. So Keira is an example of sharp yang. So note that the principles of yin and yang are not related to body weight. Marilyn is not overweight in this picture. Yin body flesh is always soft and fleshy if underweight. So yes, so like the skinny fat look where you're not like super lean, but you have like soft. Okay, I'm gonna like just like an Asian woman's body. Like usually they're not like shredded like that. Like sometimes they are. Okay, sure. Some of them go that they can get like that, but just naturally, I feel like Asian women have a very like soft. Oh my God, is this like? Do I have any decorum or like, is this, why am I second guessing this? It is what it is. Like, just, they typically don't have a lot of like super lean, like snatchness like that. It's like soft, like skin and fleshy, like bodies. Okay. You guys get it. Contrast and blend. This is interesting. So, the terms contrast and blend refer to the way yin and yang are mixed within a body. If a body consists of a combination of physical features that are distinctly yin or distinctly yang, this will result in a contrasting body type. For example, a person with a large forehead, yang, big and round eyes, yin, a small delicate nose, thin lips, and a small chin, yin, would be considered contrasted. So that's what I was saying earlier. Like you could be a mixture of both and you could be high contrast in that way, or like you have a lot of contrast where if you have like a small forehead, a small nose, small thin lips, but like those big round yin eyes and like a round face, like you'd be a yin chick, you know, but some people have a mixture of both, so they have they're contrasted. Blended features in contrast are those that are neither distinctly yin or yang, they're a mix of both. For example, instead of either larger, round, or small and straight eyes, a person may have moderate almond-shaped eyes, or a person may have neither a very small nor very straight waist, but a softly defined waist. Again, this is kind of like where I like get kind of confused. We're going to look at pictures. So who are these two characters or these actresses? Contrast. Oh, guys, this is where it gets kind of like we're in deep now, you know? So, okay. So you can see in the picture above that Marion Cotillard, I don't know who she is, but I think she's like a famous actress from back in the day or a model. She has blended features. She doesn't have a full hourglass figure, but neither does she have a very straight figure like Keira Knightley. She's somewhere in the middle, a blend between yin and yang. You can see the same principle in her face. Her eyes are neither very large and round nor very small and straight. Instead, they have a moderate. I mean, now we're getting under the microscope. Like, this is where I kind of, like, I go, how important is the blended and contrast thing? Like, it's important, but I think, like, if you're just starting out, I think figuring out, oh my God, Corey's texting me about Cabo, and holy shit, what a text. Okay. That will be exciting. I feel like if you're starting out, like, figuring out if you're yin or yang and what you are mostly is like the first step. Cause I think, yeah, that's just like, to me, that's the most important, or it's like the first, that's a thing that's the most obvious, where like the blended thing is like, now we're looking at how big your eyes are compared to your nose, compared to your like waistline, compared to your forehead. Like, now I'm second guessing, like, am I a soft dramatic? Like, did I consider all of these details? So her eyes are neither very large and round, nor very small and straight. Instead, they are moderate in size and evenly spaced. The same with her lips. They're very full and round, nor very thin and straight. Okay. Mia Farrow on the right side demonstrates contrasting features. Her body is very yang dominant. It looks very much like Keira Knightley's body. Her face also shows signs of sharpness around her cheek and jaw area. However, her eyes are very large and round, therefore yin features. This is a contrasting body type. Okay. So the 5 type families. This is Article 3. How are we doing? I may have to go turn on the AC. Did you see my underwear? Okay. I'm rocking the, what's his face? Who's my investor business boy who gets on the news and talks about, who's my shark on Shark Tank that wears his boxers during interviews. I just saw him last night talking about China and how they're fucking him. Mr. Wonderful, right? What the fuck? What's his name? I can't think of it, but I'm rocking his party on the top, no pants, recording outfit. So Article 3, the 5 type families. Whew. Although there are 13 body types in total, there are 5 type families. These are pure types. The other 8 body types are mixtures of these pure types. And that's where things can get confusing. I'm already confused, but like, okay, wait. So these are pure types. The other 8 body types are mixtures of these pure types. Okay. So before we can understand the mixed types, let's first discuss the pure types or type families. I think I get this because I've checked this out before, so I think I know what it's alluding to. Yeah. So below you will find an overview of the, below you will find an overview of the yin yang spectrum. I'm going to do the Kamala Harris hands just to like keep this going here. Okay. On the left side, wait, it's like this, right? Okay. On the left side are the type families that are more yang influenced, dramatic, and natural. On the right side are the yin influenced type families, gammy and romantic. Gamine? I always say gammy. Gamine. I'm pretty sure it's gamine. Gamine and romantic. In the middle is the balanced yin-yang family classic. Okay, so we're on the masculine side. Okay, we're in the yang side. We're on the yang side of the spectrum. Oh shit! If I'm a soft dramatic, I'm a lot of yang. Dramatic. So yang is dramatic. So here's how it goes from yang to yin. So we're slowly going to get more feminine with these 5 main types, the pure types. So dramatic, natural, classic is in the middle, gamine, and romantic. So the most masculine type is dramatic. The most Feminine type is romantic. And then between that, you've got natural, classic in the middle, and Gamine. So dramatic has sharp yang, natural has soft yang, classic is balanced, that's in the middle. Gamine is petite. Whenever you think of Gamine, think of like, I feel like Audrey Hepburn, like actresses, women out there in the world with like pixie cuts and they're real short and petite and cute. They're Gamine. They have petite yin, and then romantic is lush yin. That's like your Marilyn Monroe. That's like, I feel like your Kim K's of the world. You know, they're short and they're curvy. So note that that Kibbie differentiates between a body's bone structure, body flesh, and facial features. All three sections of your body can have a different yin-yang balance. But what makes the pure types pure is that all three areas of their bodies have the same yin-yang balance. So dramatic, and this is what I think I am. I'm going to like reflect on this as I read. Am I dramatic tracks? Like, let's be honest. The dramatic family sits on the very left of the yin-yang spectrum and is defined by sharp yang, masculine, yang, sharp, yang. This type family has no yin influence. That means a dramatic will appear very elongated with sharp edges. A dramatic body type has the following physical characteristics. So bone structure, they appear very tall, narrow, and elongated. Their shoulders are narrow with sharp edges. They have long arms and legs. Their hands and feet are large and narrow. So the things I relate to on this list here are the long arms and the legs. Like, I wouldn't say I'm 5'6". Like, I wouldn't say I have like super long legs, but I guess I get told that, but like I don't know how to explain it, but I do have really long arms, big hands, and big feet. My shoulders are like pretty, I feel like they're balanced. Like I don't have like broad shoulders, but I also don't have like super narrow shoulders. So I'm more in the middle there. And I appear very tall, narrow, and elongated. I feel like, yes, I definitely have a tall vibe. I'm 5'6", and that's the thing with the dramatics, I think it starts at 5'5". So whether you like it or not, if you're 5'5" and above, I think there's pretty sure you're going to be a dramatic. Like you'll fall under that category. So that's why I immediately type myself as a dramatic. It's because I'm 5'6". So body flesh. Okay, well, I can't relate to this as a dramatic, but they have a flat bust line, straight waistline, and straight hips. Now, I kind of have a straight waistline, straight hip. Yeah, like I'm not like super wide hipped. Okay. The flesh on their bodies is very taut. So that's the whole like snatched, like lean thing. Facial features. They have prominent, sharp, and angular faces. Nose, cheekbones, jawlines. They have very small, closed space eyes, straight, thin lips, and taut cheek flesh. All A answers on the Kibbie body type test are dramatic features. I guess there's a test we can take, which I will spare you because that's going to be like a whole other episode. I will take the test and then I will report back next week if I am in fact a soft dramatic. So let's go to the natural category. The natural family is also very yang, masculine, yang, dominant, but to a slightly lesser degree, soft yang. There is a small amount of yin in the blended mix. That means they are still angular. Their edges are less sharp and blunter. And a natural body type has the following physical characteristics. So their bone structure is they appear tall but broad. Think of a volleyball player. I don't know. Think of a Olympic swimmer. Their shoulders are wide with blunt edges. They have long arms and legs, and their hands and feet are large and wide. I think a lot of models are is this natural? Yeah, are naturals. Body flesh. They have a wide, flat bust line, straight and wide waistline, and straight hips. The flesh on their bodies is taut but muscular. Again, with the volleyball players. Facial features. They have wide angular facial features, nose, cheekbones, jawline with blunt edges. They have wide spaced eyes, straight broad. Like, this is where I get lost because I'm like, how does so I can comprehend like the neck down. Like, I can comprehend like your body type based on, you know, like your bone structure, like starting, like your shoulders down to your feet. But when you start talking about like the separation of the eyes and the fullness of the cheek with the jawline, with the lips, like, I'm kind of like, how does that have anything to do with anything? Like, I guess it does. Cause I think the facial features, there's like an essence to a face. And I think that goes back to how Kibbie isn't just about the bone structure in the body. It's about overall like harmony and the personality and the vibe. So this is the part I'm really trying to like wrap my head around. So they have wide spaced eyes, straight broad lips. Broad lips is interesting, and muscular cheek flesh. Now there's the classics. The classic family is characterized by a balanced blend of yin and yang. They will appear very symmetrical with moderate features. A classic body type has the following physical characteristics. Bone structure. They look like their actual moderate height. Their shoulders are neither fully straight nor sloped. They have moderate arms and legs. Their hands and feet are moderately proportioned. You know who comes to mind when I think of a classic is like Hilary Duff. I feel like who's fucking stunning. Like every time I see Hilary Duff get interviewed, she is the most beautiful. She's just a beautiful person. Like out of all the Disney people, like kids or whatever, like I just love her. Like she's so sweet and like amazing and beautiful. And I love her smile. Like she's so great. But I feel like when I think of Hilary Duff, there's nothing that's like overall that's like, she's like balanced, if that makes sense. Like she doesn't really have super long arms or legs. She's not, if that makes sense. Like what's the other one? She actually looks like her height. I think she's pretty short though. She looks proportionate. Where like the dramatics and naturals are a lot taller and there's more like drama to their bodies. It's more like something's going on, if that makes sense. You know who I also think is a classic is J-Lo. She's very like proportionate. But also like curvy. I don't know if she's actually a classic, but so facial features. They have very symmetrical and proportionate facial features. They have moderate eyes, lips, and cheek flesh. So they're just like overall well-balanced and they're right in the middle. Classics are right down the middle. Now we have two more, Gamine and romantic. So Gamine is characterized by a combination of yin and yang. This is different from classics as a Gamine's features will not be blended, but will be either petite yin or sharp yang. A Gamine, Natalie Portman. I feel like she's a Gamine. She's very angular, right? Like with her features, but she's very petite. A Gamine body type has the following physical characteristics. Bone structure. They look petite, but their bones are angular and straight. Their shoulders are sloped and tapered. They have long arms and legs. Their hands and feet are small and delicate. Yeah, a lot of Gamine body types, I feel like the sloped shoulders thing. Yeah, I see what they mean. I feel like Kourtney Kardashian's kind of like that. Body flesh. They have a straight bust line, waistline, and hips. Maybe not Kourtney. The flesh on their bodies is quite lean. Facial features. This is a mouth. Like, I'm sorry. Like at this point of the episode, I'm like, holy fuck. Like I'm in deep here and this is a lot. We still have one left and then I'll see what the summary of all this is. So they have angular facial features. And they have large eyes, moderate to thin lips, and taut cheek flesh. Romantic, final thing here. Romantic. Think of Marilyn Monroe, right? The romantic family sits on the far right end of the yin-yang spectrum and is characterized by lush yin with no yang influence. They will appear very soft with round edges. A romantic body type has the following physical characteristics. Bone structure. They appear delicate and shorter than they are. Their shoulders are sloped with round edges. They have short arms and legs. Their hands and feet are small. These are my size 5 bitches out there. Could not be more jealous of you with your tiny, cute little feet. Anytime I see a woman with like cute little feet, I have a friend growing up who's not necessarily like, I feel like she's like 5'3", but she's the cutest little feet. And I'm like, every time like growing up, I'd be like, your feet are so cute. Like if you're like a size 9, like myself, like you get that life, like you understand. But yeah, anyways, but I also think that like if I was wearing a size 5, it would just not look right on my body. They have a full bust line, an hourglass figure, and curvy rounded hips. The flesh on their bodies is very soft, voluptuous. Whoa, I'm not pronouncing this correctly. Voluptuous. It's not voluptuous with an M. It's voluptuous. Voluptuous and fleshy, even when at an ideal weight. So no matter like how much they're going to Pilates, how much they're trying to get snatched, like they're staying fleshy, they're staying voluptuous, they're staying curvy. Like that's just how their natural body like stays or whatever. So their facial features, they have small, delicate facial features. These are my romantics. We're on romantics, by the way. Small, delicate facial features, nose, cheekbones, jawline with round edges. They have large round eyes, full lips, and round cheekbones. Yeah, I'm like, this is to me like Kim K and like, yeah, Marilyn. Okay, we have 8 more. No, there's like a table, a chart here. Let me just get to the end. The remaining 8 body types are a combination of the pure types. Most people are one of the mixed types. Pure types are quite rare. Below you will find each type family together with their subtypes. Each family, with the exceptions of dramatic and romantic, has 2 subtypes, one leaning more towards yang, masculine, than the pure type, and one leaning more towards yin than the pure type, feminine, yin. Dramatic and romantic only have one subtype because their pure types are already at the very end of the yin yang spectrum. So there's nowhere else to go from there. Okay, so these are the 8. We'll wrap it here. Should I take the test? Maybe I'll go into like what I learned about like the clothing, just like a quick synopsis on the things I'm getting rid of and the things I'm keeping and the things that I'm looking for now for my wardrobe based on my body type and being soft dramatic. So here we go. I'll spare you the test and we'll kind of go into that because I think it's just like really interesting because I'll get into it. So there's dramatic, and then there's soft dramatic. There's natural, and these are on the yang side, remember? So there's dramatic, soft dramatic, natural, flamboyant natural, and then soft natural. There's classic, dramatic classic, and soft classic. Now, again, with the dramatic and naturals, you're automatically, I think you're automatically natural or dramatic, one of those categories if you're over 5'5". Remember that. So that's why I've X'd out everything from classic down to romantic. Like, because of my height, I just don't fall under any of those 3. So now with classic, there's dramatic classic, soft classic. With Gamine, there's flamboyant Gamine and soft Gamine. And then finally, there's romantic and theatrical romantic. Okay, so that's the end of the article. And there's a test you can take after it. There's a lot of tests out there on Kibbie, but I want to go into what I learned as a soft dramatic. Hi, I'm Jacqueline. I'm a wife and I am a soft dramatic, and my life will never be the same. I want to go into the types of clothing that I've been getting rid of stuff, but I also have a section in my closet now. Like, I fully went through my closet, by the way. Like, I think that's what you have to do. You have to go through each item and then you have to really think about it and go back to there's like resources out there and there's like lists that you can follow to like see if this is good for your type or not. But I have a little section in my closet that I'm like, okay, these are really good pieces. Like, of course I'm not going to get rid of them, but they're just going to the side right now. So I said this earlier, a lot of the times, like I'll get dressed and I'm like, oh, like this is what I've been told is a like classic, clean, cute, casual outfit. And if you're a soft dramatic, I feel like the biggest struggle are like the casual outfits are the biggest struggle because you have to account for being more curvy, right? And like a lot of these boxy tees that you see girls wear with like, they'll wear like a cute white tee and like nice, like straight leg, dark wash jeans, maybe like flats, right? Like something cute on the feet, not like a heel or anything, but like just like cute flats or slides or like sneakers. You'll like see that. And then maybe like this. Oh, right. Here's another one. Like the slicked back ponytail or like the bun. And then maybe like a little crop jacket over it or something, like a little jean jacket. So that looks like shit on me. Okay. Now I have left this house. I have left for years, right? Like my body hasn't changed that much, right? But I cannot tell you how many times, and I like went to high school in these fucking outfits for years too. And I was like, I hate how I look. I hated obviously that's when I was in the worst, mindset with my body, like during high school. But I just remember always like feeling bad about how my like pants looked with my tops. Like it just never looked right. And so like long story short, I'm learning that these stiff fabrics, like, and these crew neck tops, these like crew neck t-shirts, these like I love Skims, but like a lot of the Skims tops, like don't like, yes, they look great on me, like fine. Or like I can pull them off, but, it just doesn't, it's not ideal. I feel like what I'm trying to do now is dress for in the most like flattering way. So I got rid of, or I'm like saying no to like crew neck, stiff t-shirts, boxy tees, like a band tee with jeans on me looks like shit. Now, there are ways, the thing that's nice about Kibbie is that you can kind of like, if you add a layer in a certain way or like switch up the cut of your jeans with that boxy tee, like it can kind of work. But for me, the drapey, flowy, like flary pants, or like the flowy drapey tops, the like asymmetrical one shoulder tops, the cinched waist, the midi skirts that are like satiny and flowy, the big bold prints that are blended, like micro florals can fuck off. Like I have so many micro as a California resident, like I have so like as a Southern California resident, I have so much micro floral shit that I've been holding on to for, I don't even know why. I'm like, that's the shit I used to wear in college, right? But like I have a lot of it, and like micro prints, micro floral, if you're a soft dramatic, looks like shit. Like get rid of all of it, get rid of your geometric print, like, but a big, bold, floral print, like big prints that are head, like if you have like a dress, like you want the print to be like head to toe. You don't want it to be chopped up. So it's all about like your vertical line as a soft dramatic, which I guess I have a lot of. So that's why people probably think I look taller than I am. It's because visually I have a lot of vertical. So anything that like maintains a T shape on my body looks great. Coats, right? I have so many fucking cropped leather jackets, cropped jackets, jean jackets, stiff fucking jackets. And like, I love the like, not to say like country vibe. What's the vibe? Kind of like outdoorsy, cool girl. Like think of like a Carhartt jacket fabric. Like I like that vibe. I like that aesthetic. Like I for like casual wear, it looks like shit on me. So I'm like, bye, you know? But something that I'm keeping, or like the things that I'm really keeping are, oh my God, like anything fur or anything like dramatic, right? Like, oh, speaking of jewelry, no jewelry, like minimal jewelry, dainty jewelry also looks like shit on me. I should be wearing big hoops, big rings, big bangles on my wrists, big necklaces. Oh, I'm wearing a hat. It's got to be like bold. Like everything about the way I dress has to be like larger than life. It doesn't have to be, obviously. This is all a suggestion, but And this is the craziest thing. So I'm learning all this, right? And then I think about the times where I love my outfit or I get a lot of compliments or I feel good in my clothes. And it's always when I'm dressing like this, like without even trying, because I didn't know about it, but like without realizing it, that's what I was doing. I was flattering my body type with my choices. And I'm so fucking happy that flare jeans are back, you know, because, and like high-waisted flares, because that's like my perfect cut of jean. You know, see, I could wear skinny jeans. Like, I know those are out, but like they're kind of coming back this fall, or like people are wearing them with tall boots and they're like, fuck the trends. Like I'm wearing my like 2012 or like, what are the, like the Fry boots? I don't know. People are like reviving. I mean, everything's a trend all the time, everywhere, all at once now because of social media or whatever. But, I have to, it doesn't flatter me. Like I have to maintain, like, because of the curve, like I can't emphasize it too much in a certain way, where if I wear like skinny jeans and ballet flats, like obviously that's a shitty combination, but hey, if you're a Gamine, that looks great on you. You know what I mean? Like there are certain body types where that flatters you. So, I feel like for me, what else am I, like blazers are really tricky. I love blazers, but like, I just love a blazer, but they don't look that good on me. And when I think about it, I've put a lot of outfits together where I'm wearing like a blazer with like a more straight, like skinny pant. That silhouette looks awful, but like but if I wore wider pants with a blazer in the same color family, it's got to blend. It's got to, because if you wear a black blazer with white wide leg pants, now you're breaking up your vertical line. So I'm doing like, if I do a blazer, it's got to be more oversized and like the same color as my pants. And then there's like shit with the shoes, and if your toes show or if they don't show. So like I'm in so deep right now. And again, I'm so happy I discovered this because I think it's helping me embrace my body, celebrate my body, get excited about my body. Like and it's been a journey, right? Like as a woman in this society of, as a woman in an Instagram world and a superficial, everything's about perfection and looking perfect and hot and great and stay young and all this pressure and shit that women get put on them, that it is what it is. But I just love that now I don't have to struggle as much and I can get excited about getting dressed. And I think that's my whole why behind this, because I personally struggle with it. So I really wanted to bring you this information today because Kibbie is such a great resource, I think, for anyone, guys and girls. Like I haven't read the guy stuff so much yet, other than finding out that Matthew McConaughey must have a fat ass if he falls under the soft dramatic category. Because I don't know I don't know how else he shows up on that chart. Because he has to, there's got to be curve somewhere. And I think he's packing something behind him, because the thing about Kibbie is I don't understand how it works on men. Like, I guess, I don't know if the same rules apply. I guess they do. But, anyways, I followed Sofia Vergara because she is a certified soft dramatic. And when I see her outfits, when I see how she looks, when I see, not to compare myself to fucking Sofia Vergara, she's, you know, but just like the lines on her clothes and how she is, the way she dresses is like, I should copycat that. You know what I mean? So if you figure out your type and then you find celebrities out there, people that have a lot of photos of themselves out there, and, you know, they've obviously worked with stylists, like that is such a great way to go about picking out your clothes and figuring out your style, because you probably have a very similar essence and vibe and then body type. And it just makes it easier. And like I said earlier, in a post-COVID world and in a, you know, a working remote world where you don't have to, and just in my experience, like I just don't get dressed. I do, like when I think about it though, I probably get dressed up 3 days a week where I'm like full beat, full hair, full, you know, like, other than that, it's like casual wear. It's running to do errands. It's, you know, going to UPS and Trader Joe's and shit. Like it's not that serious. But for those 3 days out of the week, I feel a lot more prepared now. And like I said, I wore, speaking of drapey tops and like drapey fabrics, the day I wore my first like Kibbie soft dramatic outfit to the bars with our friends, like, and I got the compliment, I was wearing a black like V-neck wide strapped, like it was like 4 inches wide on the shoulder. Because skinny straps apparently don't look great on soft dramatics. You need a wider, thicker strap. But it was a V-neck, black, super like, what's the material? Like stretchy, like material, kind of like yoga pant material, if that makes sense. And I had my Levi high-rise wide leg or like flared jeans with a heel, which honestly, like I'm down for wearing heels all the time now because that just keeps if you're a soft dramatic, like heels are everything because it just keeps you vertical. It keeps you tall. It keeps your lines long, or just like it helps you out a lot. Heels help anyone out, but like especially soft dramatics. So I was wearing like heels and I had a fur. So it was a tank top type shirt, but I had a fur looking vest over that. And then, oh my God. So I mentioned the jewelry, wearing big jewelry. So of course I had like big hoops on, but like with the hair and the accessory, like the bags, oh my God, bags are a thing. Whether it should be a round bag or a square bag, a small bag or a big bag. Should it be slouchy? Should it be stiff? Like there are so many like nuances to all of this. And then with hair as a dramatic, like I said earlier about the slick back hair with like the t-shirt and jeans, you know, doing the like model off duty vibe that looks like shit on me. I need to strive for volume. I need to strive for drama. So like, you know, I've been putting my hair in hot rollers a lot recently and like blowing it out and making it huge. And like, if I wear it up, it's got to be like big and like teased and shit. Like that will do me a favor, you know, like that will actually look good on me. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I don't know if this was obvious information you learned when you were like 12 because you like went somewhere and you got typed or whatever. Like I feel like some kids, like when they're 6, get their color analysis done and like for their entire life, they just know what colors look good on them. Like that's also a thing that I have deep dove into, like the color analysis. I love it. Like it's so interesting to me. And again, when you do something every day, like it's nice when you know how to do it right, you know, or you, especially getting dressed, like, you know how to, you won't have to think as much and you'll look great. And, so yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun. I finally got it in my head what yin and yang is. And I think that was the biggest takeaway from this episode, or like the biggest thing that I learned, or like, cause again, with like reading and grazing over articles and consuming information, like my biggest struggle is retention, right? And I feel like, and I mentioned this last week, like I want to, in my 30s, have all these goals, right? I turned 30 and I'm like, I'm a new woman. I'm doing all these new things, but I want to know shit deeply. Like I want to be more focused about my consumption of information. And I want to like really understand things through and through, because I'm just annoyed how I hear about stuff. I'm like, I can give you like 2 words on it. And like, and that just doesn't, I love to learn. It's stimulating to learn stuff, but it's not, I don't think it's healthy for anyone to just like, I don't know, skate the surface their whole life. And it's like one article to the next article, this news story today to the next story tomorrow. And then you just really can't, you're flighty. You're like kind of I think I said this last week. I keep saying that, but like you're kind of spin like a top, you know. I want to have anchors in different topics, and I really want to be able to know things because, yeah, like it's fun as shit. Like I really had fun today. I'm going to take the quiz. Like I said, I will report back. And, yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to call Corey, or maybe did he call me? He texted me. No, he usually calls me during the episode, but, yeah, okay, what was I saying? So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, Overcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to review the show 5 stars while you're there. Please review the show 5 stars. That's your homework. As your teacher, as your Kibbie teacher today, please review the show 5 stars if you haven't already. Thank you to everyone that has reviewed the show 5 stars and that's written something. That's really great to see. Follow me on TikTok at Jacqueline Monroe and Instagram at Jacqueline Monroe. And finally, subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a video and an audio podcast, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post all of my episodes over there. I post my clips there. So check it out, The Jacqueline Monroe Show on YouTube. And that's it. I hope you had a great week. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.